Okay, so if for some reason you have band today, the second half of class is we're going to have somebody read it. So if it's your mom or your dad or your brother, or not your dog because they can't read, but maybe your friends, okay? Um, they're going to read it for errors. So look at my screen. So look at my screen. Okay. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to put this in another color. We are going to step one. Woo. Step one. So what we're going to do, and you guys, this fixing errors comes with practice. Yep. Those of you that have band today, that's why I'm telling all the instructions now. So step one, we're going to make sure our rough draft is in paragraphs, in paragraph form. Okay, so how many paragraphs should we have? 4. Because we should have an intro, 2 values and beliefs, so 2 paragraphs of Chief Joseph's, CJ's beliefs or values shown. And then we should have a conclusion. Okay? Then step 2, we're going to read it out loud. And change errors. Change errors. The reason why we're going to read it out loud is because, yes, the reason we read it out loud is because you can hear errors. So you can see if you wrote the, or nez pars. Okay, so you're going to read it out loud. So you can hear the errors. Okay? Oops. You can hear the errors. Okay, so, and then change the errors. Then if you have band, what we're going to do is we're going to have someone else read it and check for errors. Then we are also going to see if, so use, what is the thing? We're going to use our checklist. Where's our checklist? I have it many places. Here we go. Give me 1 second to go over the checklist. Ooh. So 35A, so use 35A checklist. Okay. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes. Actually, I'm going to give you 15 minutes. So this is going to be 15 minutes to do this. Ooh.
To do all of them?
Just number 1 and 2. Okay? Sound like a plan? Okay, so take 15 minutes. If you have band, you can leave, and then this is what we're doing today. Okay, so go ahead and start reading and editing it. Yes, Riley?
So we're gonna edit it all right now?
You're going to read it by yourself and you're going to change things. So you need to put it in complete sentences. If you hear ear errors, yep. So I'm going to model what we're going to do. And you've got 15 minutes. What would you say about your family if you got to talk to the President of the United States? Chief Joseph, the leader of the Nez Perce, went to Washington, D.C. to talk to the representatives there about his experiences in what is now considered the Lincoln Hall speech should be capitalized. There, comma, I paused, so I want a comma. He describes his experiences and his beliefs and values of being a Mimi Pooh. In his speech, S, that should be a not capital letter. He includes okay. Ooh.
What do you do when you're done reading and fixing your errors?
Okay, then maybe you can start having somebody else read it. Do you have somebody in your house that could maybe read it at the moment or no? No? Okay, go ahead and I'm trying to think this way. You can start looking at this checklist. Actually, I would read it one more time to look for capital letters and period. So look at one thing. So look for capital letters and then go look at punctuation, okay? Yeah. So if you're done, you've got two options. I would reread it and I would look because I'm just looking for capital letters. Mm-hmm. Punctuation, yeah. So I'm just actually going through and looking at capital, or if I have punctuation or in capital letters. Oh, speech, I keep putting capital letters. In his speech, Chief Joseph, or in Mutalattalat, explains his frustration with words and broken promises that the white man has given his people, has told his people. Remember all the good words and the broken promises. There are a lot of broken promises, expecting, and
Okay, can I go to ask someone to read it out loud?
Yep. In just a second, we're gonna have if you have somebody in your house that you want it to read out loud, beautiful. In about 7 more minutes, we're gonna have somebody from our class read it. Okay. We're gonna switch it with people in our class. I cannot understand why so many chiefs are allowed to text me different ways. Oh, make sure that your quotes that you have all the words for your quotes. So don't forget to your quotes as is. Okay, if you've got band, this is what we're doing today. So make sure that you do this later. Yay! He explains that there are so many words and promises, but no actions. No actions. These words and promises. He is frustrated at the broken promises and the idea. Ooh, I need some spaces. That they should be happy. Chief Joseph explains that he thinks everyone should be treated fairly. Ooh, I forgot a period at the end of my sentence. That's okay. Yes, WebEx is weird today. Oh no.
In our morning meeting, like a quarter of the class couldn't hear.
Yeah, that happened to one of my students too. She was reading and all of a sudden it stopped. I was like, we can't hear you. Okay, so keep editing for about another 6 minutes. Because of these words and unrelated, Chief Joseph is a fair, trustworthy, comma, and great leader. Because of these leadership roles, he knows how things should be and what is expected from his people and what should be expected from others. We only ask. Chief Joseph is human, so is his family, and they all they be able to have a home, family, and live as a free man. He explains that he should be free to do these things and follow the rules so that others can experience that same freedom. All people deserve it. He believes that all people deserve it and should be free to have ideas and be paid for their work, services, or goods. No theater and should lead into a stage. Chief Joseph explains his heart deals. Would you say endangered if you water in danger? What? If you were endangered? Yes, I would say endangered. Yep, that's exactly what it means. That is exactly what it means. Okay, so I think it says, told his people. Okay, and I'm going to double check my quotes. So I like to do it bit by bit, you guys. I read it once, and then I look for capital letters, and then I go through again and look for periods, and then I look for spellings. So right now I'm looking for capital letters. The law chief, father chief, president. So I'm looking for capital letters right now. So I went through and I read it just for errors. Now I'm going to look for periods and capital letters because I can only do one thing at a time. Chief Joseph is all capital letter.
Miss Wersinger, if you're saying like his first belief is that everyone should be equal, white or Native American, do you capitalize the white?
Because it's not a name, no.
Okay.
But
then you capitalize Native American, right?
Native American, yes, because that's describing a tribe of people or a group of people. Yep. Because if you said the white men or European would be, but white men, no. Are there any other questions on, actually, we just talked about capital letters in Spanish today too. So titles like Washington, D.C. are capitalized. Lincoln Hall speech, Nez Perce, Chief Joseph, President of the United States. That is a title. Oh, if you got to talk to the president, no, I'm talking about a president in general. But if you from the president, his name is president here. Okay. Vice president, the police, that is just a group of people in general. Yep. So you guys going through, so if you looked at complete sentences. Government? No, unless you're talking about the government of the United States.
I just said I only asked of the government treated as all other men are treated.
Then nope, because it's not talking about us. It's not talking about a name. Oh no.
It always tells me that Nimipu is not spelled right.
I know. That's because it doesn't realize that it's a name. So yeah, so if you did complete sentences, then go through and look at capital letters, then look at spelling, and then look at punctuation. So I need to look at punctuation. Sometimes you can hear it too if you pause. So in what is considered the Lincoln speech, period. Something I have to look up that I can't remember is quotations. Is it period after or in front of quotations? So I have it
Do you do them on both
ways.
sides?
Let's see. So it says, do commas and periods go inside or outside the quotation marks? They go inside the quotation marks. So that means they go like this. So it goes period, then quotation. So I got period and quotation, period, period, quotation.
So the number 4 doesn't really go with it then?
The number 4 will go, it goes on the outside. Yep. So it's not inside with the period. So you're going to go period, quotation mark, and then number 4. Because that means that it goes with this. Yep. If it's behind it, that's what it means. So my comma needs to go behind or in front of the quotation too. I learned something new today. Let me I forgot a period. Quote and then space. Okay. Period. Period. I always forget at the end of my quote or the end of my paragraphs too. Far out on there. Period. So that is a good hint that what I do is I actually go through and I look at each part, those important pieces, one by one. So I looked at complete sentences, then I went through and looked at capital letters, then I went through spelling, then I went through and looked at punctuation. Yep. So looking at it bit by bit. Okay, let's look. I'll pull this up and I want you to look at your essay. So, did you write and speak about your topic knowledgeably? So when I read it, does it look like you actually know what you're talking about? So I want you to think yes or no. I can explain 2 important Nez Perce beliefs or values that are conveyed in Chief Joseph Lincoln Hall speech. Yes or no? Did you do 2 or did you just do 1? Did you quote accurately to all the point or to all, did you use quotes? Okay, yes? No. Did you respond to all parts of the prompt? The prompt is, let's look. So does it answer? Write an essay to explain how his speech conveys 2 important beliefs and values of the Nez Perce people. So do you have that? Or no? Do you have 2 important beliefs and values? Do you focus on the topic throughout your piece? Did I talk about Chief Joseph and his beliefs and values the whole time? Yes, no, or no. Did you introduce your topic in the introduction paragraph and provide background? I read your last essay and some people forgot background. Okay, so you were supposed to put background. I organized my ideas into supporting paragraphs, one for each value. Okay, so that means I have one value, two values, so two. I chose my value and belief with evidence from the speech. So I found my belief and value in the speech. Yeah? No? Did I include context and elaboration? So did I elaborate on my evidence? Yeah? No. Ooh, kind of. And do you have a conclusion paragraph that talks about your thesis? So if there was one that you were like, no, or a little bit, you're going to want to change it. Okay. So I'm going to now have us do, so we already looked at this. Yay. See if you have everything in the checklist. Have someone else read and check for errors. Okay. So what we're going to do is you can email fifth grade. Okay. Email someone to look at your thing. So if you want somebody to read it, use the chat. So use the chat to communicate with a friend and send your essay in an email. So, Harper, do you want to read my essay? Okay. So I'm going to export it.
What type of email are you talking about? Like Schoology email, or like how are we gonna do this?
Either one. So here's your email addresses. Everybody's got an email address. You all have access to it. So you can private message if you want. Look on my screen for their email. Or ask a parent, sibling, or a friend. I will accept either one and have them read and check for errors. So that is what we're doing for the rest of the day. So I have somebody finish checking for errors today, and then tomorrow we're going to copy and paste it in Schoology. If you want to copy and paste in Schoology today, you can. It's open. But so if you think you're all done and you want to turn it in, beautiful. Or we're going to do it at the beginning of class tomorrow. Okay. So check for errors and finish editing your paper. Then turn it in Schoology today or tomorrow. Yep. So if you need to leave, you can. But yeah. Mom, can you read this? If you need to do it later, that's fine, because I understand you don't have maybe mom or dad home right now. But you've got, maybe you want to have a friend, email it. Email it to them. I think it works better with an email, not necessarily Schoology message. I don't know if you can email Schoology message your friends. Can you?
So
Ooh, do I have your name wrong? Oh, wait. I think Bailey. Nora, you don't see your name? You're under Eleanor, I think.
should I send this to you in Notability, or like how should I send it to you?
So if you're Notability, send it, export it like normal, but do to mail. So I want to show you in my Nora, I don't have your name on here. Oh no. Double click to what am I? Oh. Nora. So you are 20.
I sent it to you in email.
You sent it to me in email? Oh, I see it. Nora. Let me get your last name, Nora. I don't know how I got it. Oh, no, it's Eleonora. Eleonora Schmidt. Ah, there it is. So, Riley, is that if you're all done? Is that why you sent it?
Yeah,
I want you
I
to
did
put
send it.
I want you to put it in Schoology. Because then I don't lose it. Because if you see my email, I check my email a lot and I delete a whole bunch of stuff. But I still, it gets lost.
I sent
If you're all
it to
done,
a friend in private
okay.
chat.
Okay, that works. But when you're all done, then you can put it in here, final copy. Okay. So here is our email. Oh, sorry, Ellie. You're in my email. You just weren't in my big list. Am I missing anybody else? I had to redo it from the beginning of the year because I had a new computer. Ava, Bailey, Baylin, Berkeley, Bria.
Where are we gonna submit it?
When you're done,
Schoology.
and you're gonna submit it here. Yep, so you'll copy and paste it there. If you are all done. If you want, you can wait till tomorrow. Oh, I'm missing. Oh no, I got Carter. No, I'm missing Carter. Jacobson, Bailey, Jacob. Oh, Jacob. No, I have it right. Jacobsen. Bailey Jacobson. Yeah, sometimes it does the last name first. Sometimes it does the first name first. I think it was just how I originally put it in, or copied and pasted. Because I have you by your first name alphabetical order here. Okay, now I got Ellie. Yeah, for some reason I didn't have Carter either. Aaron, Gabby, Greta. I haven't really emailed your class too much, so I double check.
Finished everything. Can I leave?
You can leave when you're done.
So all we had to do for today was just submit that.
So I wanted you to finish editing everything and submit it either today or tomorrow. Yep.
Bye.
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 Goodbye. Oh, no, I got everybody. Yeah, so I missed a couple people. Your middle name is Jane. I like that. Mine is Ray. I need a Kleenex again. Bailey Jane Jacobson. I'm Ashton Ray Stenberg. Iris is on the list. And Jacob. Yeah, I've got everybody else on the list, I think. So if you were sending it, if you talk to somebody and you're going to send it to them and say, hey, can you read this? There you go. Otherwise, you can have your parents read it or a sibling and edit it.
Sorry, I went to the bathroom. Bye.
Bye. Carter, are you there? You working on stuff?